Greetings, everyone. I hope we're all well. Thank you for joining me again this week. I hope to see some people that I see every week and everything else. So I hope we're all doing well and hope we're all dealing with life and all the energies that are going around, considering we're still in the middle of two eclipses. The second one is on the 28th, the same as the full moon. So there's a lot of intense energies around at the moment. And going on that, what I'm going to talk about at the beginning of the show before I do any calls or anything is meditations. how we can actually help ourselves, when we're going through difficult times, when we've got issues going on in our lives, when we're dealing with grief, sadness, loss, or even happy times. Meditation helps immensely, because what meditation allows us to do, it allows us to synchronize and to bring our energies back to ourselves, to ground ourselves, and to make ourselves feel like us again. But as you know, I'm the Universal Mechanic, so have a look at my website, universalmechanic.com, etc. And there's loads of different things that I can teach you, show you, and everything else like this, and how it can affect our everyday lives, how we can deal with life's issues on a spiritual level. And the only way we can do that is by putting ourselves in the right mindset and the right place, emotionally, mentally, physically, so the three line up and synchronize, and we synchronize to our spiritual self. So when you meditate, you can actually change your frequency. You can help heal, you can help repair, you can change, you can clear things, you can improve your self-confidence, your self-esteem, everything about you. It can give you strength if you want to deal with a tough or a hard situation. It can help relieve, anxiety and things like that. So in this, if you want to listen and get a pen and paper, or just record this and come back to it, but there's a set of frequencies out there called the Solfeggio frequencies. They've been around for thousands of years and old times and certain frequencies and vibration of music that will help heal you during meditation. So if you want to meditate to specific music, then you can get that music, and you can find that music in a specific frequency or vibration. So I'll give you some in a minute, the Solfeggio, and I'll tell you what they do and what they help. So first of all, you have the 174 hertz frequency, and this helps heal physical pain, helps emotional pain, increases your courage, cleanses your aura, and helps balance your emotional wellness. So that's 174 hertz. You've got 285 hertz that helps rejuvenates tissues, heal internal organs, increases energy, immune system, and heals the auric field. You also have 396 hertz, liberates guilt and fear, turns grief into joy, cleanses negativity, empowers your goal, inner peace, and helps your root chakra. Then you got 417 hertz, which is your sacral chakra and helps clear or heal your sacral chakra, put my teeth back in, facilitates change, enhances creativity, clears negative energy, manifests intentions, which is a good thing, and cleanses any trauma. You've got 528 hertz, which is a solar plexus, yellow, love frequency, transformation, divine miracles, self-confidence, and restores DNA. You then got 639, which is your heart chakra, your green, attracts love, positive energy, balances emotions, heals relationships, brings harmony, heart chakra. Then you got the 741 hertz, which is your throat chakra, self-expression, problem solving, cleanses cells, cleanses viral infections, purifies body and mind. Then you got your third eye chakra, 852 hertz. It's returning yourself to your spiritual order, awakens intuition, raises cell vibrations, awakens inner strength, bridge to higher self, third eye chakra. And then you have your crown chakra, your 963. It gives you direct consciousness to the divine. It's got the pure miracle tone, high level of intuition, telepathy, and psychic vision. Now, all those hertz, if you find the meditation music and you type in, you want to clear your heart chakra, and you type in 639 hertz on YouTube, Spotify, any of these things, you'll find meditation music that will play at those hertz and vibrations. So when you meditate, you can actively you know, change your own energy, change your own vibrations, heal. If you've got blockages in your chakra, if you're having difficulty in your life, look up the frequency, look up the quality that you're looking for, whether it's strength, you know, self-confidence, removal anxiety, healing, whatever. Look it up, find the frequency and play that music. And not just once, and not just for 5 minutes. You know, have a decent meditation, 10, 15 minutes, whatever, half an hour, whatever is your length of time, and listen to that, and listen to it for a number of days. Now, going on that, you have those vibrations, you have those hertz, you have those frequencies, you know, you have that energy. I'm going to give you a little exercise, guys. If you struggle with yourself, if you struggle to love who you are, you don't like who you are, you're down, depressed, everything feels a struggle, and you're just low and sad all the time. Very simple exercise that you do just before you go to bed and as soon as you wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, what's one of the first things we all do? We all go to the toilet. We need to go to the toilet, blah, blah, blah. So we go to the toilet. When you think, you stand in front of the mirror, wash your hands, and you look at yourself in the mirror, square in the eye, and just say to yourself, I love you. That's it. And then when you go to bed at night, go to the toilet, you clean your teeth. Before you go to bed, stand in front of that same mirror, look at yourself square in the eye, and say, I love you. I love who you are. You're telling yourself, your soul is telling your human self that you love it. And when you tell something that you love it, the natural vibration, the natural frequency, the natural positivity of that over time will infiltrate you and get into you and make you feel that. So as an exercise, anyone who's listening, anyone who's struggling, or anyone who wants to, you know, get out of the mood that they're in, or they're struggling with the energies around them, every day for a week, just for 1 week, in the morning and at the night, just tell yourself that you love who you are in front of yourself in the mirror. And I guarantee you by the end of the week, if you do it properly and you do it every day, I guarantee you by the end of the week, you'll feel completely different. You'll actually feel that love. You'll actually feel that positive energy. So there's active things we can do, guys. We're not here as human beings and it's something that we're not part of. Energy, the universe, spirit, the higher power, divine, whatever it is, trust me, there's active things we can do in our everyday life that will help you. Oh, that you can change. You're in control of you. Okay, I'm going to move on because I've got Sarah from Oxford in New Jersey, USA. How are you doing, Sarah? Can you hear me?
Good. How are you, hon? Yeah, I can hear you.
Very well. You're in New Jersey, yeah?
Correct.
I got to admit, when I saw that, I had a little chuckle. My favourite band of all time come from New Jersey, Bon Jovi. So I'm a bit of a Bon Jovi fan. So it's nice to see you tonight. So what can I do for you, Sarah? You know, how are you? How do you connect spiritually?
I was told I'm an empath, and I actually had a weird coincidence the other night. My cousin passed in 2016, and I could like feel him hugging me because I'm going through some personal stuff at the moment, and it was just weird, you know.
I understand. And the empath, what it sounds to me, because you felt him cuddly. You're what's known as a clairsentient. You've heard of clairvoyant, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I actually some people frown upon it, but I actually do paranormal investigations, but not like most people do. I'm like really respectful about it.
I understand.
You know?
I understand. But do you understand what I mean when I say you're clairsentient?
I don't, hon.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
I understand clairvoyance and stuff.
Well, you know, clairvoyance is someone who sees. Clairaudience is someone who hears. Clairsentience is someone who feels. So you're very
Yeah.
similar to me. My go-to ability is clairsentience. I feel energy. I can walk into a room and tell the atmosphere straight away. I can walk into a room with
Yep.
10 strangers and I'll know exactly who I'll get on with and who I won't. And, so like you said, you feel. So when spirit around you, like you said, you lost your cousin 2016 and then you felt them hug you. That's how spirit communicate with you. You feel first. The images and the words and
Yep.
all that comes later, but you feel first. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And it's weird you brought up images because the job I used to have, I looked at a photo of someone's father and I just like described his personality right off the bat and she was just shocked because she's like, it's
There
like you
you
knew my
go.
dad.
There you go. You can only describe a personality by feeling it. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. Yep,
So
exactly.
I do get the feeling it's a path. If you're not doing it already, I am being told by spirit at the moment, you need to go down this path because you have a natural ability to feel. Now, I bet you in your life, remove the spiritual aspect for a moment, but in your normal everyday life, when you meet different people or strange people, or even people that you know in friends and family, you know when there's something not quite right with them.
Oh, correct.
Do you
I
know what I
feel
mean?
that with my fiance right now.
There you go. So right there you go. So the way the if something doesn't feel right, then something isn't right. Does that
Mhm.
make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm feeling and being told to tell you that you need to trust your intuition. Right. I'm not going to go down the road because we're on live and we're on air and everything else. And I don't want to go down into the personal details and all that because, it's privacy and everything else. But I think I know where you're going and what I'm being shown, but you need to trust your gut instincts. Now, but what I'm also being told is that because you're feeling something and something don't feel right, don't assume that you automatically know what the problem is. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Because I get the feeling that you know that something's not quite right, but don't don't assume that you know what it is because I think when you find out what the problem is, I don't think you'll realize that it was going to be that. I think it may be something else. Do you know what I mean? It's we all do that. We all make that mistake where we get an idea in our head and then suddenly we can't get rid of it, and we assume that's
Yeah.
what the problem is. I don't feel what the problem is what you're thinking it is.
Good. Well,
But
that's
I
good
do,
to know actually.
sorry.
I said that's good to know actually. I understand completely what you're talking about. That's
But you're right.
makes
But you're
relief.
right. Yeah, but you're right in the sense that something doesn't feel right, and I'm being told that you are correct with that.
Okay.
Okay, it's just a case of finding out what is the problem.
Yeah. Well, I
Do you
have
know?
an idea, but
Yeah,
the
I
problem
understand.
between me and this person is they don't listen
Yeah, I'm
when I'm
sorry.
just trying to help.
I'm sorry for laughing, Sarah. But would you understand when you just said that? I just got told, "Sorry, sweetheart, that's the difference between men and women. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus," type thing. You know?
Yep. I wonder
So
if my cousin's coming through to you at all. Because like I've been
sorry.
saying one thing in my head, and I'm like, cuz if you're coming through, just say it to him or her.
Yeah, that's the problem. It don't quite work out like that, sadly. But no, they're just telling me you need to just trust your gut instinct. Before I carry on, why am I getting motorbikes? Someone playing around with motorbikes.
My son, my
Okay.
son
Um,
plays on dirt bikes.
yeah, that's the thing I'm getting is dirt bike, motocross type bikes, and all that.
Hmm.
Hmm. Is he actually quite good at it?
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because last night my friend and I were talking, and we were saying how my son won't ride a regular bicycle, but he'll ride an electronic one. So I was
I
like, oh,
appreciate
maybe I
that.
should just get him a gas powered one.
I get the feeling someone needs to push him on that to do with motorbikes because I feel it's something that he could be really good at to the point that he could end up getting a career or get a job or that
Oh,
would be his.
nice.
if that was. But I feel that, with respect, as most younger boys are, they tend to be a bit lazy. And I get the feeling that I'm being told by Spirit, you may need to sort of give him a little kick up the backside, but sort of encourage him with the motorbike side of things.
Yes,
Whether
that's
it's
awesome.
riding them, whether it's riding them or fixing them or something, but encourage him, sort of let him know that it's okay.
All right.
I don't know if you had this, Sarah. When I was younger, if ever I mentioned about doing this in particular, my parents would have thought I was completely off the wall and I needed to go and get a sensible job. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I get the feeling that your son is a little bit like that. It's almost like you really would love to do the motorbike stuff, but it's almost like he's frightened because he doesn't feel it's sensible enough, or something like that is around. So that's why I'm saying to you, encourage him, saying it's okay. If that's what you want to do, we'll encourage you to do that.
Yes, and I can relate to that.
Cool. Because I feel that you and him, or there's something going on around where it's starting to get to that point in his life where he needs to start making a decision of what he wants to do. It's almost like he's got to start making choices.
Yeah, he's 7, if I'm allowed to say his age. He's 7 years old,
Okay.
and he's sensitive
Right,
too.
rephrase that. I'm going to rephrase that then. If it's not him, then what decisions have you got to make around him? Because
Example, he was in flag. He was in flag football,
right.
and
Okay.
he didn't like it, and I was pushing him. And then one day I was like, you know what? He doesn't like it. I'm not going to let him do it if it's not what he likes.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I just get the feeling that the decisions have to. I thought it was him, like, getting up to his teenage years, and he's got to start making decisions about where he's going to go with his life. But as it's not that, but there's definitely decisions that have to be or being made that concern him. So that would make sense. But it's almost, yeah, pushing. I don't think he's the football, type person. He's more the other side.
Yeah, that's what my feeling was.
And who's the rock music lover? Because all I keep seeing is someone with like long hair, like a rock star, and sticking their tongue out and waving their hand and all, doing all that sort of stuff.
My cousin that passed away was really huge into it. Before he passed, we were going to go see 3 Days Grace and Five Finger Death Punch together.
He's sticking the tongue out and everything, And I'm also seeing, is it Kiss? Is it Kiss, that rock band Kiss, the black and white, where they used to stick their tongue out and all that?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm seeing all that. But know that your cousin's always around you, Sarah.
Oh, I know he is.
Yeah. And if I'm just being told, if you want to ask him for anything, just ask him. Okay. So if you need
I do every day.
There you go. Then he's obviously just telling me then you asked him every day then. But carry on. Don't be frightened. He says you can ask me 1,000,000 times a day if you wish. Okay, so I wish you the best, Sarah. I'll call on the other line, and I hope you're well and you take care. And hopefully I'll see you next week.
Yes, that would be awesome. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Sarah. You take care. I've got Kathy in Riverton, Wyoming, US. Are you there, Kathy?
Hi.
How you doing?
You're right. How are you?
I'm good. I know it says you're in Wyoming, Kathy, but why did, as soon as I heard your voice, I suddenly got taken to like outdoors and Great Plains, and I see, cattle and all that, like in Wyoming or Montana, that sort of area. Because bear in mind, I come from the UK, so I apologise if I'm showing my ignorance.
No, that's fine. Yeah, this is a lot of plains and cattle. Mm-hmm.
Is that where you are? Okay. Can I ask, as I'm just briefly talking to you there and hearing your voice, I do feel an energy that suddenly hit me of frustration, and I feel that there's something around you or you that's frustrated with life at the moment, or there's something going on that is frustrating the hell out of you.
Yeah. I just recently changed I'm going to be changing jobs.
Yeah.
So the scenario around that is, it's kind of frustrating, yes.
But Kathy, you know it's the right thing to do, though, don't you, for you?
Well, yeah, I've been getting like this weird kind of, say, energy that's like, it feels like it's almost pressing and yelling at me at the same time.
Right. What's that? You say pressing and yelling at you. What are they yelling at you? What are you hearing?
It's time to go.
There you go.
Like it's very important that I leave there.
So why are you resisting?
I got the job that I applied for, and I gave my 2 weeks notice, and the gal that I told was very upset. And I thought I was doing the right thing by giving her a heads up, but it didn't seem like it helped her at all.
Well, with respect, Kathy, that's her problem, not yours. I'm not being cold. I'm not being horrible. You're leaving a job. You know, you're leaving a job for you for the right reasons. You're not doing it to be horrible or to harm anybody. It's time for you to move on. Now, that woman's reacted in a way and made you feel bad, which shows that you're nice and you've got a good heart and you don't want to see someone upset. But with respect, that may be a lesson that she needs to learn.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
The only thing we can control in this life is ourselves. That's the only thing we have a right to control, and it's the only thing we can control. So, like you just give an example, you put in your notice, you're giving her 2 weeks' notice, etc., you're moving on, and she's got really quite upset by it and everything else. That then shows to me she's got issues within her or in her life. So you haven't caused this. You've just getting on with your life. You know, you're getting on with your life. You needed to move on. You got the job that you applied for and that you're moving on. You put in the thing and you've wished everyone the best. But this woman's got upset, etc. It shows me that she's got other issues in her life. So she needs to go away and deal with those issues. So what you need to do is wish her well, wish her love and light, as I'm sure you've already done so and will do. And this bad feeling that you've got that's been created by her reaction, drop it like a bag of bricks because it's not yours.
Right. Yes.
Does that make sense?
Do you hear anything else?
Sorry?
Do you pick up on anything else?
Let me have a think. I do actually. I do feel that there's quite a few things going on around you as a whirlwind type thing. And although you're changing jobs, I feel that you're changing more than just your job. You're changing, or lots of things are changing around you at the moment.
Right.
I'm also being drawn to your heart. I feel a sense of sadness there with your heart. I feel emotion because my throat is constricting. So I feel that there's emotion and I'm getting drawn to your heart. So either someone around you has been heartbroken or has got issues with their heart, or it's you. But I feel it's you that's got the heart issue. And I don't mean on a medical level. I'm talking on an emotional level. Would you understand, sweetheart, that I feel... Do you at times feel a bit lonely and unloved?
Yes.
Please know that you're not. I know it's easier said than done, but connect to spirit, because spirit want to help you and want to heal you. And you're going through this change, all these different changes. Right, I'm getting sort of June next year, you're going to be in a completely different headspace, a completely different emotional space, and you will feel like you will be building your happiness again. Does that make sense to you?
That'll be fantastic.
All I'm being told is you need to go through this turmoil for the next 2-3 months.
Okay.
And I get end of January, beginning of February time, things will start turning for you. You will start to feel happier. You will start to feel the change. You will start to feel the energy be different. And you go, oh, hang on, things are starting to go my way, you know, and I do feel that that's going to happen. I also am going to be honest with you. I do feel that there's a move coming as well. And I don't know if that's with you, someone around you, but I feel that someone will be moving. And I mean, like moving house, moving location.
Right.
Why have I just been drawn down to Texas? What's the link to Texas?
I don't know.
Bear that in mind then. I think that's coming up. I think there's going to be a link to Texas. I don't know if it's with you or with somebody else, but there's going to be a link with Texas somewhere. And I actually get specifically Austin, Texas.
Oh, good. That could be a
Okay.
good thing.
Yeah, bear that in mind. All right. And also, why am I seeing a medical setting? I'm seeing like a hospital or a hospice or a doctor's place. Why am I seeing a medical setting and nurses?
I used to be a CNA. But I
Okay.
didn't work in a hospital.
Okay. Have you considered about doing that again or turning to spiritual healing?
Yes, spiritual healing more than the hospital scenario.
Okay,
Yes.
so take the hospital out of it. You've got the natural healing gift in you because that's what you used to do. You used to be a TNA and everything else. So could you understand about the feeling and the energy of you like helping and healing others? And it doesn't have to be as
Yes.
a hospital setting. So yeah, if you want, give me a shout after this show. Message me if you want. I could put you on to people or search out and start looking into. Have you ever heard of Reiki? Reiki.
Yes.
Yeah, look into that energy healing and spiritual healing, and I feel that you'll be able to really spread your wings, and you'll feel, right, okay, I got you. Would you make sense that you struggle to understand what your life's purpose is?
I do. Yes.
Right. Now, when you sit and think about you doing spiritual healing or Reiki or healing on a spiritual level, that fulfills you and makes you feel quite fulfilled. Does that make sense?
It does. Yes.
So that's the feeling that spirit are trying to give you to say to you, that's the path you've got to go down
Okay.
because it resonates with
And
you.
how would
When
I get in contact with you?
I've got my website there, theuniversalmechanic.com. Send me a message via the website or send me a message to my email, which is info@theuniversalmechanic.com. Just send me an email that way and I'll reply or contact me via
Thank
the.
you.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome, Kathy. And it's such a pleasure being able to help people because so many people are waking up. The last few years, energy's changing, everything's changing. People are waking up and they're waking up to the subtleties of energy. And why do I feel like this? Why am I thinking that? Why am I seeing this? And a lot of us don't understand it. We don't know what it means. And with the experience that I've had, the life that I've had, I've realized my life path is doing what I'm doing, showing you, Kathy, or trying to show people things. So just before we go, when you think about healing and the spiritual side of it, it feels right to you. That means it resonates with you. That means that's what you should be doing. So I hope you're well, Kathy. Please take those words. I've got to say goodbye now because my producer's sort of shouting at me 10 seconds and everything else. So I love you all and I hope to see you all next week. And if anyone wants to find out or message me, just go on my website, theuniversalmechanic.com. And remember, I love you all. I wish you love and light. Namaste.